Welcome friends to a new YouTube video. Now I know it's been a while, but I promise you guys I'm going to be more active in this YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to it so you're not going to miss out on the newest uploads. So friends, today's video is going to be about a trade recap that I took today on Monday, which was a gold short making 10,000 euro profit on a funded account. So I'm going to walk you through a trade recap as detailed as I can, and I'm going to also explain you why buyers and sellers got trapped in a situation like this, and this is exactly the reason why price provided the movements that it did. Also guys, make sure to check out the subscription list down below to join the inner circle if you want to learn step by step my strategy. I'm teaching you there in a course everything step by step on how we are trading. I'm also going to provide you with 2 Zoom calls per week, and also you're going to get access to our daily forecasts where I'm going to share with you the trades that I'm going to take with POI and direction, and you just need to apply the entry candle confirmations that we have, and you're going to also have access to our Discord community. So now guys, without further ado, I'm going to jump on a chart with you and I'm going to explain you how the trade went step by step. So over here guys, this is the trade that I took. Looks super aggressive because gold melted down like crazy, but also what happens afterwards was that price went all the way back up higher. Now how was I able to understand that price will exactly reverse here at this area, and why I needed to close also here my trade? So I'm going to go with you step by step right now on the higher time frame, because that's what you need to understand in reality. The market works based on higher time frame to lower time frame, and if you just look on one time frame you won't see the whole picture clear. Sometimes you will see something on the lower time frame, something you will see something in the mid time frame, and something on the higher time frame. So you kind of need all of these. Of course you can develop approach where you just look only on the lower time frame or only on the higher time frame. This is what I personally don't recommend you guys, because that means that whenever there will be a different market phase, then you're not going to really understand why you're making failures. The market is controlled by buyers and sellers, and there's an algo which needs to manage how they're communicating with each other. So buyers and sellers always need to have a fair chance in the market, and that's what the algo needs to provide you. And whenever I understand that the market is right now overbought or oversold, we need to look for any opportunities there. So I'm just going to use the backtesting tool as well. So I'm going to simulate with you together the situation from today. So how does the daily time frame look like? That's the first thing that I'm trying to identify. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Well, basically, if you zoom out like this, it's bullish. If you look more into the depth like this, it looks like currently it's switched from a bullish market to a bearish market. So we may be right now on a pullback and a reversal and potentially going up higher very soon, or we're just going to keep on going dropping. So that's a little bit hard to identify in a situation like this, although we don't really need to know too much about it, because the situation from my point of view looks like this. Price drop down, currently creating here this kind of a supply area. So I'm just going to mark like this, and my whole idea is right now to expect price to come a little bit into this area and then potentially to drop down lower. So I want to see from here price coming up higher first and then potentially dropping. So I'm going to check out the 4 hour to see if I got more information here. So me personally, I'm not trading the Asian session, so I'm just going to skip that area. On the 4 hours, still it's not 100% clear what price needs to do. I can just spot here some form of supply range where we may come into it. I see here some form of potential liquidity. Here again, you got some liquidities, but that one is higher, so I'm just going to mark up that one. Usually I just use the X to mark it as a form of liquidity. And now I'm just going to go straight to the 1 hour time frame, which is right now from my point of view my mid time frame, to understand where price will potentially go. So on the 1 hour, what I recognize very fast is that we got here this kind of trendline liquidity. So I'm just going to mark the highest point, because I don't want to trade in between of liquidities. That's not my trading style, and I think you shouldn't do it either. So that is the supply range where we may push over, but we got right now some form of liquidity, which if price would come to it, may result into a nice trading opportunity. And for me, I'm not trading at 6 o'clock or something. I'm looking to trade in the London session, which starts at 9 o'clock. Oops, missed out on this. So me, I'm trading at 9 o'clock. So again, that was a little bit too fast. So that's what I've seen, or what I've identified on my chart, was this liquidity area. And overall, now again, from my point of view, it looks like we just established a bullish market. And until we didn't push into the supply area, I'm still expecting price to continue moving up higher like this, and then potentially from there reversing and continue with the bearish trend. So let's have a look then on the M1 time frame. You can of course use all the other time frames as well to have a bigger picture, or to have actually more informations on the charts. That's what multiple time frames will help you. I try to not stick to too many, just going to look at these ones. And now I got here the liquidity area at the top, where I'm going to expect price to tap into it. And once we're tapped into it, we may look for some candle confirmations to see if we're going to get into the nice short. So London opening was there, boom, price created a big push up. Now let me explain you what I see as well on the M1 time frame, which probably many traders fail to understand. Now the M1 obviously switched from here currently being bearish to a bullish market. People can have right now different interpretations on how they see a market like this. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? I think this question is always very difficult to answer if you don't really understand the concepts or the principles of the market. For me personally, I don't really care too much about that one, because my bias is right now like fixed from the higher time frame that I want to come into this range at the top over there. So I'm just going to follow the current order flow, which is from my point of view bullish, as well as short term right now. It gained some bullish movements, but we just tapped into a form of liquidity, and from my point of view, that will result in some nice pullbacks. So that one pullback, depending on what pair you're trading, and in this case we're trading gold, which is super aggressive, will result to a very big amount of pips, which I'm able to trade, because I'm not looking for the biggest movements. I don't want to trade 200 pips on gold, even though it's possible, but I'm looking to trade everything between 40 to 50 to 60 to 70 up to 100 pips a day. That's my goal. That's what I'm always looking for. But I'm not going to be that type of trader who will only execute if he can get 100 pips or something like that. I'm trying to get a very realistic approach when it comes to my targets, and I'm trying to only focus on A+ setups where I really know what price needs to do. And if I'm not sure about the setup, then simply I'm not going to trade it, because that's exactly the impatience that many traders have, which will result into losing a lot of money. So guys, this thing looks now bullish on the M1, looks bullish on the higher time frame, and so on. And now the clue, I'm going to go bearish. Well, sounds stupid, but this is exactly what will happen, and this is exactly what the algo needs to do. The market is currently overbought, so too many buyers are into the market. Now, in order for the market to go wherever it wants to go, it needs to take out sellers and buyers. Now, let me show you how the market is going to do that. Now, we went above a certain area, which is that liquidity, which means that all the SMC traders, right? Because I really don't enjoy SMC, even though many people believe I'm trading SMC. And also, we need to come down to the definition. What is the SMC? It means smart money concept, which means you're trading like the banks. So are you serious, guys? Everyone who believes that, this is not true, guys. You can't trade like the banks, because if you want to trade like the banks, you would need to have a lot of cash, and therefore for you to get into the market, it requires different techniques, and it's not just pressing a button and getting all your millions into the market at one specific entry price. That's not possible. you need to have a different technique. We see price climbing higher and higher and higher and higher, creating this bullish uptrend, which obviously will attract buyers as well, wiping out sellers. And now what will happen is price goes a little bit down. That was for me my entry confirmation, so we can look at it on this chart where I marked it already. And just to copy this one so I get the right entry points, how I took it. And then again, we see price giving us here a bunch of breakup structures to just validate where price is going to go. So let's just put it like this. So this is just going to validate what the market is supposed to do. It's dropping down lower, and very fast it created 40 pips of movement. Now for me, I risked 30 lots on this trade and I made $10,000 in profit with it. I was happy, I closed it, and that was not the only reason. So I'm not looking for, okay, a $10K profit, I'm going to close my trades or something like that. In fact, what I'm doing is I'm trying to overlay it where the market needs to give me a pullback or a reversal. And that's exactly what the market needs to do in a situation like this. We did took out a lot of liquidity, and now trust me guys, every trader, when they see a situation like this, let me just delete all these things. Every trader, doesn't matter right now what kind of higher time frame conditions you have, if you would just follow a mechanical approach without looking at the overall situations and how it looks like, will identify this as a breakup structure, will identify this here as an order block or this as an order block, and they may expect price now to come up higher and then to go for the continuation. For me, I was expecting the same. So I was expecting at least the pullback, but now the point, it can give us this, as I just mentioned, or it can give us here, pullback, and then going totally against us, depending on the higher time frame. And for me, the higher time frame still had something there at the top, that one order block, where I needed to tap into it to mitigate all these things that I needed to do. That's the task of the algo, and this is why I was expecting this scenario. And for me, if I made already $10,000 profit, which was for me a good percentage amount on that one funded account, I'm going to definitely close at an area where I may expect price to reverse, and I'm not going to let the pullback come, let the pullback bring me in a drawdown in profits, let the pullback play with my emotions if I know that the market will give me a pullback and I'm not 100% sure about the potential short continuation, and I even expect that price may go up higher. So that's exactly how I make my decision to close profits. And here you see already that trading is not just a mechanical approach all the time. It's actually experience, and by knowing all the different scenarios that the market is giving you. And for me, I know this scenario. I've traded this type of scenario multiple times. And that's exactly the type of value that I provide in the inner circle, because me as an experienced trader can provide you the best guidance on learning step by step all these things and explaining you the different scenarios that the market can provide you. So over there guys, let's see how the outcome was. Price dropped a little bit lower, came back into it, making that pullback, and then here's exactly the expectation that price will follow the bearish market, but that was exactly the wrong thing in the situation. So price just went totally against all of us who tried to short lower. So price went up higher. And now you will see also guys, if I'm going to show you right now how the day ended, it went all the way back up to that one order block that I mentioned on the 4 hour at the beginning of this video, where I told you that this is where I want to see price coming back up before dropping down lower. So now here you can get a better view of it. So the 1 minute time frame, so here that was a trade that we did took, and price swept that one, pull back lower, and still maintained this bullish structure, came above this one, and then it dropped all the way down lower. So this trade here, like this movement to the downside, was the idea for all of the traders that wanted to participate here. But as you can see, we've been too early into it. Still, we can trade these things. We just need to know when to close our profits. And exactly this was in my mind, because I've traded multiple times scenarios like this, and now I'm aware of them. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what video you want me to do the next time. And if you like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel and see you next time, friends.